Hello, and this is Sir Alexander with another Starcraft 2 Battle Report. This is for the RPG.net tournament, and this is the second of 3 in the matchup between Reallybored and Endings. So these two players have never played each other, and they except for the last match that they just played, and they have never have not participated in the last RPG.net tournament. These players are ranked 8th and 9th right now, and their forum names are Reallybored. Reallybored is Reallybored, and Endgame is called Doomgaze on the forum. So if you know him, that is his forum name. Looks like a geyser going up very early for Endings with that rack, so doubtless we're going to see an early Tech Lab or something coming out, and maybe Marauders, or he might go straight for a factory. There's really no telling at this point. Orbital Command going up around 16 command, very standard. Looks like another Rax is going up, opting not to wall in again. He did destroy that scout. That's a big deal. That guy, Reallybored, was not able to scout. That was one of his biggest problems last game, was that he didn't scout. But looks like Reallybored has stopped playing Protoss and changed over to Terran, and is oddly enough walling in a TVT match. This is usually a very bad idea, especially since he's walling in a very interesting wall in with those double supply depots right there. That's really actually a really bad wall in, because then your units are not able to get up, and his Marines are going to be able to outshoot your supply depots from the low ground with a scan or something like that. Same thing, well, with siege tanks, obviously they can outshoot you. But so scan goes down just to see his tech. Over here we do see a factory is putting down a tech lab, and looks like Endings is massing up for an assault here, possibly. But no, he decides to pull back, doesn't like the force he sees in there. Looks like mostly Marauders. Does he have concussion shells? Concussion shells are on the way, along with stim packs, and he should get combat shields very soon. Over here we see a very similar build. Stim and concussion shells are already researched. He's doing that 3 racks build. He has 2 Raxes with Tech Labs and 1 Rax with the Reactor Core. Looks like he was supply blocked there, but did a supply drop. Usually that's not the best use or the best idea, but sometimes it's worth it. So right now he is massing up on his supply depots, and he's got a good army size down here. Of course, as soon as that first siege tank with siege tech gets out, that entire army is going to be negated and will be worthless. Especially since he really needs to push in before that first siege tank. And here he goes, as if he could hear me. And the Marauder missiles are firing back and forth, but he will fall back. He realizes he's going to get beaten. His stim wears off, and he will try and press back in again, but that is too many Marauders, and he's going to fall back for the safety of his army, but he's not going to be able to make it, and his force will be pushed back across the map. Good move by Reallybored to be able to hold that off, and of course now he has a medevac out which can heal his troops, which is very important. And no siege tank yet. He should really get a siege tank that's really effective against bio armies on the ground force. These 2 Marines, poor micro there, were not only, their spawn point is probably still down here, and were taken out. So he is pushing out, standing by the gold right now. I'm going to speed this up, try and get it off in one cast. Endings is expanding and putting up a bunker, so he's going to be trying to hold this expansion. Looks like a scan is going down to see his tech. He realizes that there's not much on the tech for him, mostly just... Oh, and looks like there's going to be a drop here. Very good choice, except for that missile turret, but that missile turret is not going to be able to take him down. This factory will be dropped very quickly, and no, he decides not to. But, oh, there is a fight here. I don't think he's stimmed yet, and he will get taken down by the superior forces. And those medevacs need to get out of there. What a mistake to leave those guys there. And he really needs to run with those guys. And there they go. Looks like this factory will be finished, as will this one. Scan goes down, and he probably has his first siege tanks out by now, I would hope. No, still no siege tanks. That's a mistake. Looks like he's probably going to go Ravens or Banshees, because he did get a Tech Lab on there. No research from the Tech Lab yet, so not entirely sure what that's all about. So he does fall back. He did just lose a lot of force there. He's got 4 medevacs out, though. That's a good-sized force to heal his army. That means he can effectively use stim. Lots of scans going down, so he sees that he does have his expansion. Not sure that I would have used a scan on that when you can just run 1 Marine in there. And nobody is controlling these zone like a watchtowers. Not sure why they're not doing that. That's a mistake. Usually you want to have those zone like a watchtowers. Looks like he's going to push out no Marines here, all Marauders. And of course this siege tank will be able to pound those bunkers from a nice safe distance, so long as it doesn't get taken down by these Marauders. And it does. It is taken down, and these guys really need to push in right here. And there they go. That bunker will get taken down so fast. All these Marines will go down. And looks like this one has a Marauder and dual Marines, and it will fall very shortly. He's not really effectively pushing in here, though. He's just kind of sitting there. Only one is attacking this bunker. Not good micro at all coming out of him. He does ending stims up, but it will not be enough, as he will be taken down. And stim wears off, and he will be destroyed. This orbital command really needs to lift off, like, right now. And there it goes, and looks like these Marauders will be doing a lot of damage, but over here it looks like these Marines came down and took out this expansion, if there was. I believe that there was an expansion there. If there was, they just took it out, and are now sniping his medevacs. So this will float away to this expansion, which is guarded on this side by rocks, and try and start mining there. Over here, though, it looks like he's going to try pushing in. That's a really bad idea. Ending's got a massive army on the map, and of course, he does not have siege tech, but he still has a good-sized army. Whereas Reallybored has invested a lot more in medevacs than Marauders. So over here, it looks like he will fight off that small assault, and things are going quiet here on the map. I'm going to speed this up again. He really needs to start producing more units. He really needs to get more units out on the field. He's not really producing much right now. We're going to go over to the production tab. Yeah, Endings is producing one Viking and a siege tank. Oh, wow, I like that. I didn't know that. See that little bar going up? That is very handy. Shows us when things will be done. That must have been in the newest patch. I haven't seen that yet. So it looks like he's getting ready to do another drop. But no, these Vikings will come over here, and doubtless some of those medevacs will be taken down. He has no anti-air right now. What a great choice to go to the Vikings. I'm not sure why he didn't press in there. He could have totally killed all of them. And he now sees that he can. One Viking's going to be here, but that's going to get taken down so fast. These guys will stim up and push in, and with no medevacs, they will... Looks like he will actually be able to win that fight. But these Vikings are going to drop down and finish that off. So that army is destroyed. Of course, he has more Marauders on the map. And doubtless will be producing more. On the production tab, we can see that 2 more Marauders are going up for Endings. Orbital command for Reallybored. Looks like he's going with Vikings now. Another reactor core is going up. And he has put up a command center here. 4 tanks out on the field for Endings. What an amazing choice. Looks like he's taken this expansion instead. Hopefully he'll take his natural again. This expansion is going to try and float off to this location. We'll see whether he's going to take that or not. He already has 2 up, so if he can get that up, he'll be way ahead on the income tab. On the income tab right now, we can see that he is no, it looks like they're about tied. And it looks like there was some sort of harassment going on here. Whatever it is, it ended. And he really needs to repair that refinery, but it does not get repaired, and now he's going to have to rebuild it. And will not be able to harvest out of it for that time. More tanks coming out. It looks like both players are just macroing up their armies. Vikings, tanks, and Marines. Good standard build here. He does activate this watchtower, but it's not enough to be able to see this expansion. And this SCV did scout this expansion, so his army will be pushing out. If he can get on the high ground and set up his siege tanks, he'll be able to do lots of damage, but he needs to get his siege tanks in siege mode first. Oh, but looks like it's not that big of a deal. Endings made what a mistake. Did not bring his tanks with him, and so he's going to completely lose this expansion and every SCV here. Who's going to win this Viking fight? Looks like Reallybored will, because he has the support of those 2 Marines. He does win that fight. He has taken his 3rd expansion, and he has destroyed Endgame 2nd, and looks like Endings calls the GG. Yeah, I kind of blew it there, he says, and GG leaves the game. He really needed to have moved in with his siege tank because he lost that expansion. He's now 3 expansions to 1, and he lost the game. So, Reallybored picked up his A game, turned around, and won. So we will see if he can win again in round 3 and take the win and move forward into round 2 of this RPG.net tournament.